Yeah, so he thinks he's in Dana White's head over fighter pay. I can tell you right now, Dana gives zeros fucks about what he thinks. Exactly. Zero fucks what he thinks. And I mean, like, it just, let's be honest. When let's just say Dana's worth about $650, maybe $700 million. Do you think he really cares? Do you think he really cares?
Totally.
Does not care what a YouTube kid thinks. Okay, as much as I like Jake Paul and I like what he's done. He's stirred the pot. He's doing a lot of things. I think he's doing a lot of great things for being so young at 24 years old. But let's be real. Dana White gives zero shits what he thinks about fighter pay, and Dana's going to keep doing what he does. Politicians have done more, like trying to put shit down on Dana. Dana's like just shrugged it right off. Jake has no say in what's going on. It does not in his head at all. None. Zero. Zilch. So
keep going.
Right? Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong there, John?
No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
He's using. I think they're both using each other for put things out there and stuff. But he is more just amused with what's going on here with Jake Paul. None of it's bothering him. Dana doesn't get bothered by that.
It helps that Jake Paul. It helps Dana if Jake Paul mentions
him.
Hell
yes, that's why he says he's using him.
Because all of his subscribers now and all of his people that he has on his YouTube channel, they go to see what happens to Dana, what happens to their fighters, because now Jake Paul's going to say something about it. So they want to have to be able to see it. They want to be able to see what Jake's talking about. So they go and they watch now some of the UFCs because of that. Yep. So yeah, I mean, they're using each other. I would say definitely. Next.
No, so he made a thing about I think it's Anthony Taylor who actually trains out of the Body Shop with AJ McKee and Baby Slice and Joey Davis in there. That's been one of Jake Paul's, I guess, sparring partners for this, and he's fighting Tommy Fury in a cruiserweight matchup, which is hysterical because the first time I watched Anthony Taylor fight, he fought at 145 in MMA. And then, because he fought Adam Borch, in fact.
Oh, did he?
In Hungary. Fought Adam Borch in Hungary.
Was that Bellator?
Yeah.
Yep. I heard that was the worst fucking Bellator trip ever because the hotel that they had booked, like somehow.
It used to be a hospital.
Yeah.
It was bad.
No, they had booked one hotel, and the one that they were supposed to stay in ended up, like, something happened, and they had to stay at a different one. And the second one was, like you said, like a hospital. They fucking hated it. They were so pissed. And then, man, John, can you imagine putting together all the stories that you know from MMA and I know from MMA and anyone, whatever, we pulled in Goldie, anyone that Goldie knows from MMA, like all the shit from early UFCs. I mean, if you did a book like that, you could have an encyclopedia of just shit that happened. It's
things that happen. But Anthony Taylor is complaining, saying that he was offered a MMA fight, but then Jake, as Podcast Dave was saying, offered him more money to stay and being his sparring partner, and that he made more money sparring and being the sparring partner for Jake Paul than he did in all of his MMA fights put together. And I believe him. I do.
Yeah. You want to? Why do you believe him, John? Go ahead, say it.
It's real simple. When you're fighting on preliminary fights at the beginning of a fight card, no one gives a shit about you. You don't make a lot of money. You've got to win those fights to get yourself in a position to make money.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that for a lot of his career. Then he went to Combates, and he's won his last couple fights, and he came back to Bellator, and he beat Chris Avila in a fight that you and I watched and went, I don't know if he won that one, but
yeah, I don't know if he won.
It was a majority decision. Okay, but you've got to do something to make people want to see you. So a promoter wants to put you on his card in a place that means something. Do that, and you'll start to get paid more than you're getting paid to be a sparring partner for Jake Paul.
Yeah, before he lost to Adam Borch, he lost to James Gallagher.
Yep.
So yeah, that was another fight. Yeah, I mean,
and that's but that's the difference. Here's Anthony Taylor, okay, and he fights James Gallagher, and he loses. And James Gallagher goes up, and Anthony Taylor goes down. Then he wins a fight, and he comes back a step, and then he faces Adam Borch and loses. And Adam Borch goes up, and there goes Anthony Taylor down. And that's part of fighting. You're not going to get paid when you're not winning those fights that are the ones that are going to take you to that next level.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, like I've said this over and over and over again. Winning solves everything. If you want to complain about your pay, start fucking winning. Like keep winning. Now look, guys like Francis Ngannou have a gripe. I don't know what John Jones is making, but like for him to go up to heavyweight, he's got a little bit of a gripe. I don't know what he was making before at light heavyweight and being the champ for so long, but to go up to heavyweight and fight there and try and fight someone like Francis Ngannou, well, he deserves to get paid a little bit more. I'm not saying a ton more. I'm just saying a little bit more. He's making some changes, and the UFC's always controlled people from like, hey, you can't go up. There was a lot of times where fighters tried to go up. They're like, no, you're staying where you're at. They know, like, they want to control where you go. Well, John goes up and, hey, well, now if you're encouraging me to go up, give me a little bit of a bump in pay. This guy, he has no gripe. You got to win, bro. Yeah. If you're on the prelims, you're never going to get paid much. You got to get to the main cards. You got to be the main status and not lose, by the way. Getting to the main card doesn't mean shit unless you win. The kid that we just saw that fought Keith Lee, Lugo, that was the first time he ever fought on the main card. We just had the Sioux Falls. First time he ever fought on the main card. And he had a great fight. He had a great fight. And I walked out of the interviewing Keith Lee in the back, and I was like, man, Keith Lee's going to win this fight. Because the way he was talking, I'm like, he was focused. He was ready, everything. I was like, man, John, I'm a sucker for that shit. Guys, I'm telling you, man.
I will talk you into anything, man.
People could sell fucking, like if I was an Eskimo, they could sell ice to me. I swear to God. This is so fucking crazy. I walk in, I look at a fight, right? And my mind says, this guy for sure is going to win. I walk into the room of the guy that I think is going to lose. 2 seconds later, he's talking to me. I'm like, I come out, I'm like, that guy's going to fucking win.
Gonna win
he's going to win. He's going to win. There's a chance he's going to win.
And I'm looking at you like, have you lost your mind?
I have lost. I really care for people, man. That's my biggest flaw. I care for people. And when I listen to them talk and the way they convince me and like, yeah, I don't think you can do this. I don't think you can do that. And I start thinking to myself, you know what? You're right. Their takedown defense isn't that good. You know what? You're right. I saw them got wobbled. They got wobbled by Mike Tyson one time. I remember they must not have a chin. They must not have a chin.
Mike Tyson doesn't hit that hard.
I walked out of there going, fuck, you know what? He's going to probably fucking win.
Yeah.
And then the fight happens. It's like a minute 30 starts.
No, before that, we sit down and you say, I think, and I look at you and I go, have you lost your mind? Crazy? How many times?
Oh, man.
I go, Josh, you're doing it again.
I've got a good heart, man. What can I say? I believe in people. It's rough, man. It's rough.